Hello everyone. This is my uh, top 10 matches, wrestling matches of September. Um, so yeah, um, it's obviously this is quite basic at the moment in the setup and things, but obviously as it gets as I practice more, hopefully the setup will get better and it will feel more natural. So I'll start from 10 to 1 with matches. So I'm going to have a couple of honourable mentions as well. So a couple of honourable mentions are Saraya versus Jimmy Hater Saraya rules match at Collision Grand Slam. Also Jeff Jarrett versus Hangman Page, the strap match. Um, good two matches that are on the notable mentions. And also, I would like another notable mention from All Out 2024 EAW All Out 2024 is Daniel Garcia versus MGF as well. That was a really good match as well. Didn't quite make the best 10, but one that I would recommend looking, watching, and keep finding if you can. So let's start with the list. So number 10 for me is Mystico versus Chris Jericho. 2 out of 3 falls match from CMLL 91, the 91st anniversary show. This was 2 out of 3 falls match. Um, for what it was a good match. It was a decent match. Um, Obviously Jericho gets obviously got a lot of backlash and heat at the minute, um, because of different things. I still think he's okay in the ring. Jericho at the end of the day he's coming towards the twilight of his career probably, but he's still fairly solid in the ring. Mystico, who was known as Sin Cara in WWE. Yeah, this was a decent match. This was a good match. Um, uh, 2 out of 3 falls, which is an interesting thing. That seems to be a thing in CMLL, that 2 out of 3 falls matches seems to be their niche. So that's really interesting. But yeah, this was decent match. One that I would recommend you checking out. Um, yeah, yeah. One match 9 is uh, uh, would be is the final of the British GA Cup um, from this year, which was a fatal four-way match, uh, which included Leo Rush. I recommend this match. The J Cup is always fairly good each year, and obviously you had Dante Martin in it this year as well as Leo Rush coming from the States over to compete in it. So yeah, I recommend this match to watch as well. We know we know what Leo Rush can do from EAW and his time in other promotions. Um, so yeah, I recommend that match. Um, Match number 8 is Nick Nemeth. Um, Nick Nemeth versus Moose for the TNA World Title at Victory Road. This match was solid, good match. Nick Nemeth, obviously otherwise known as Dolph Ziggler in WWE, solid wrestler, good wrestler. He was always in good matches, even when he wasn't even at mid card in WWE, he was still in solid matches. Um, so this was a really good match. Moose is very good as well, very solid wrestler. 2 solid wrestlers in this match was good for the TNA World Title. Um, at TNA Victory Road 2024. Nick Nemeth is is a obviously good wrestler. So is Moose. These two are. It's a hard hitting style, very high impact moves set. But yeah, this is very much this is number 8 on my list, and one that I recommend from TNA Victory Road 2024. Um, Match 7 on my list from All Out 2024, EAW All Out 2024, is Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale in a street fight. Now, this match was this match was really good. I don't think a lot of people didn't expect much, like too much from this match, but I think this match is one of those matches that has exceeded expectations. And this was a really good match. Obviously the weapons being used. It was a solid match. Statlander was good, and Willow is very, very popular. I was at All in London in August, and obviously these wrestled in a tag match, on the pre-show, and when Willow come out, the sort of pop she got was amazing. Willow was very much over, and I think Chris Statlander's getting a bit better as well. This match was really good. This match reminded me a little bit of Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa from St. Patrick's Day Grand Slam, I think it was called a few years ago, where it was a brutal match, but lady wrestlers, women wrestlers can do this hardcore style and make it look really good. So I was really impressed with this match and would recommend it. Match 6 on my list is Cody versus Solo Sikoa in a cage match from SmackDown. This was the season premiere of SmackDown on the USA Network in the States. This cage match, was for Cody's title, the WWE Universal title, I believe. And this match was really good, cage match. Strong. Cody looks really good. Solo Sikoa is very much, watching Solo Sikoa in this match. He reminded me of a very. I might be wrong, because it might not be his dad, but he looked very much like a young Umaga in this match. In the move set, in the way he conducts himself in the ring. This match was really, really good, solid match. And what a way to start SmackDown on the USA Network as well. It was a really good match. Solo Sikoa, it'd be interesting to see where Solo Sikoa goes from this, going into the end of the year, and I think potentially War Games could be really interesting, with the Bloodline potentially versus like a WWE team, but obviously we'll yet to see that yet. We just have to look and see what happens. Next is number 5 on my list is Mike Bailey versus Zachary Wentz, from Victory Road again, I believe. TNA Victory Road 2024. This is for the X Division title. Good match. Strong. Mike Bailey is very, very good. His kicks, his style. Interesting. He's interesting with the interesting thing with him as well is with the he obviously wrestles with no shoes on and just sort of tape on his feet, which is interesting. Mike Bailey is a very, very good wrestler. Obviously, he made an appearance in North Wrestling in January, which is based in Newcastle area, which is fairly local to me, here in Gateshead. So yeah, Mike Bailey's a good wrestler. Zachary Wentz is good. Had a little bit of a run with the X Division title. So yeah, I would recommend this match. And also I will say this as well, that TNA are like, as much as TNA are like, people like to hear on TNA and say, oh, they're dead and stuff. TNA have this, I think, in the last 2-3 years, have really kind of come back really, and some of their roster, like the roster they've got, is good, and Alexander Hammerstone, and people like that. Yeah, so yeah, I would recommend watching that match. So yeah, and then match 4 on my list is Pac versus Will Ospreay at All Out 2024, AEW All Out 2024. What a match this was! This was unbelievable. This was a really good match. Pac and Ospreay are two solid wrestlers. Hard hitting match. Some brutal bumps. The bump on the ring apron was unbelievable. This match, solid match, and arguably, Pac and Ospreay are probably 1 and 2 of the best wrestlers, best British wrestlers in the AEW currently. I think obviously when you look at other promotions like New Japan, Zack Sabre Jr. is in that category as well. But I think in the AEW, we're certainly, I think Pac and Ospreay are 1 and 2. This match was a hard hitting, good match. It was a really solid match for the AEW International title. I recommend it. It's good. Two Brit wrestlers doing their thing in the AEW, and this was a great match. So I recommend that. Number 3 on my list from AEW Grand Slam Dynamite is the Young Bucks versus Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher for the tag titles. This was an unbelievable match. Arguably, this match was the best match on AEW Grand Slam. One of the best matches on AEW Grand Slam. It wasn't, for me, it wasn't the best match on Grand Slam, as the best match on Grand Slam will be later on in this countdown. But this match was solid. The high flying, the Young Bucks looked so much better in this match, more professional. The match was really strong. The match was really strong. It was a really good tag team match, and arguably this is probably the best Young Bucks match in this calendar year, because the Young Bucks have seemed to be arguably not putting everything on the line a lot of the time. But this was like an old fashioned Young Bucks style performance. This was a really good match. Ospreay was fantastic. Kyle Fletcher was fantastic. Don Callis outside the ring was in that heel role was great. So I recommend that match. So number 2 on my list, and for me, the best match of AEW Grand Slam Dynamite was the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, otherwise, who is the AEW World Champion, versus Nigel McGuinness. Now, Nigel McGuinness, to give a little bit of background on this, these are long-time rivals from the days of Ring of Honor. Sadly, Nigel had to retire due to hepatitis, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was hepatitis. So he had to retire, and nobody thought we would ever see him in the ring again. He had been out of the ring for about 13 years, I believe. 13, 14 years. And when he made a surprise entry at AEW All In the Battle Royale thing, we were all shocked. But this match was really good technical match. Two great wrestlers, and yeah, this was fantastic. Obviously, Danielson's fantastic. McGuinness did well as well. This being his first one match in 13 years. He didn't look like he had ring rusty. He looked great. So yeah, this was a really good match, and I recommend watching this match. But my number one match of the month is Swerve versus Hangman Page, all out AEW All Out 2024, lights out steel cage match. Wow, this was brutal. The center block, the usage of the center block, the usage of thumbtacks, the usage of the needle, the usage of like just some of the bumps on some of these bumps was crazy, and it was a very violent and a very brutal and violent match. If you're squeamish, it's one of these where you don't want to be watching that because it is brutal. Like, if you don't like blood, it's not going to be for you, that match. But it was a really good match. Yeah, it was a really good match. Some crazy bumps on this match. You could see the legit hatred for between both men in this match. And for me, that match is my number one match. Makes it to the number one match of the month for September. So I recommend obviously watching all of these matches if possible, and I would in the comment section down below. Obviously, you can comment your top 10 matches of the month. Obviously, I will say that this is the top 10 matches of September in my opinion, and that's what it is, my opinion, on my channel. But I'm very happy to have comments of your top 10 matches of the month, or recommendations of other matches I may have missed in September that I would be willing to check out. So yeah, so don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will be back with more videos soon. I think the next video is going to be looking into the Vince McMahon documentary series on Netflix, and giving my opinion and my view on things. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.